Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am making two shaker cards, one traditional and one full panel. The first card will be our full panel card, and I am using this cute new stamp set from Trinity Stamps, designed by Dani. It is one of my favorites from this new release. So simple and yet so very cute. I'm going to stamp it up with some Copic-friendly black ink onto some white cardstock for Copic coloring. You can see what it looks like stamped out right here. So cute, right? All right, for my coloring, I am using R21 and R20 for all the pink on my cards. This is going to be some very simple coloring, very easy, and just kind of a light pastel color palette. So there's the hearts, just simply colored, and then for the sentiment, I'm using YR02 for these scripty letters. I love the use of the bullet tip for this. It made it so easy for those thin letters. Now for the thicker letters, I'm going to color the bottom third of these using this same marker, but then I'm going to bring back those pink markers and give it a little sunset effect. So the R21, you can see, blends beautifully with that YR marker. I love it. And then I'll just do a light wash of that R20 right at the top for a really fun kind of sunset look. I'm loving it. For the sunshine itself, I'm using Y00, and then for the rays around it, Y02. So absolutely no color blending here, but it is still beautiful and two-toned. Now, for the clouds, I wanted to give them a little bit of a shadow, so I'm using my N1 marker. That also left a little bit of a harsh line, so I softened it out with my N0 marker, which I also used to give a little bit of a shadow around the letters across that cloud. So maybe they would just stand up a little bit, and there you have it. There's the easy Copic coloring. Now it's time for some white highlights and sparkles with my white Jelly Roll pen. Look how cute that turned out. Love it. So beautiful with the light colors. All right, I did fussy cut this out because there is no dye, but don't be sad. It's really very easy to cut out. Here is the new Slimline Swirl Heart die. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I die cut it here from some peach cardstock, and I'm going over that with my clear Wink of Stella to give it a little wash of shimmer. It is the perfect addition to this die cut. I set that aside to dry and pulled out my Dani paper pack, and I'm going to use this yellow heart print, but look at all the amazing patterns in this paper pack. There's rainbows, there's stripes and hearts and exos and suns and clouds. It's such a fun thing. So now I have a piece of plastic that's like from packaging. I cut that a little bit bigger than my background, which by the way is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then I just want to cut off the corners, but not too close to the corner itself. We don't want to create a hole. Now that those are trimmed off, I'm going to use my double stick tape to fold up those sides. I'm only going to fold up 3 sides to start with and leave one side open. And when I'm folding this, I don't want to pull it super tight. We do need to leave a little bit of room for the shaker elements to move around. So don't feel like you have to pull it tight like you're wrapping a present, but snug works. So I've got 3 sides folded in, hopefully with no wrinkles. The top is open, and now I'm going to put in my shaker elements, which in this case is some chunky glitter. Now we can fold down the top flap the same way we did before with some double stick tape. It works really well. And always at this point, I like to double check and make sure I didn't create any holes so that none of my shaker bits will fall out. And it was good. So I'm gluing down this swirling heart at the bottom of my card front, and I want to make sure that it dries a little bit first because I am gluing it onto plastic, and then trim off the edges there. Now I'm adding my stamped sentiment, and I put a little bit of glue on there just in case I needed to wiggle it around on top of that plastic. And then I am adding in some yummy little embellishments. These are jelly hearts. Trinity Stamps has these in lots of different colors, and right now I am just loving the hearts so much. The white brings out the white in the clouds, which I love, and these ones are called the Tic Tac hearts. So cute, but there's lots of different colors. I'll have them linked for you below. And I am using another color on card number 2. All right, to stick this down to my card, I do like to use the double stick tape again because it helps hold the plastic down on the back as well, just like another security measure. And then a little bit of liquid glue in case you need to wiggle it around is always good. Plus, I'm a fan of super strong adhesion. I've said it 100 times. You probably know that by now. But there is the finished front of the card. But to embellish the inside and add something special, I am bringing in this Simply Sentimental Love stamp set. It has a bunch of large words that say love and then supporting sentiments to go with it. So I've stamped that out in some light orange ink on the inside, and it says love everything about you, which goes so good with the outside of this card, don't you think? So there is my full panel shaker. It's so fun shaking that glitter all around, and it goes all the way to the edge. I love it. I love these kind of cards. They're so fun to make. But now let's make a traditional styled shaker card. I am using the Sending Sunshine stamp set, also designed by Love Dani. So if you like the first stamp, you'll love this one too. I'm stamping this one also with Copic friendly black ink on white cardstock. And before I put that stamp away, I die cut out a piece of the sunshine paper using the 4-bar envelope and card builder die set. So I have that nice embossed edge. So now with the stamp in the same position, I am stamping this on the sunshine paper, which, by the way, the first piece of paper I stamped it on was also the same size as this, which happens to be 3.5 by 5. I'm going to cut out that image I stamped onto this paper, but I'm going to not use the stamped part and use the frame part. That's going to be the window into our shaker card. Now there's some little extra pieces here that look great when you're die cutting out the image itself, but kind of are in the way for a frame. So I just trimmed it down a little bit, and it's going to work great for a shaker card window. But first, we need to color out the image. I'm going to use the same exact Copic marker colors as I used on the first image, but I will bring in a few darker gray markers, N3 and 4 for the mailbox. So I have a little bit different variety for that. And there you can see what it looks like all colored up, and the word sunshine with that kind of sunset effect, and even with some white gel pen highlights. So we're going to leave that one as is, not cut it out. And back to the frame, I'm going to use some double stick tape to apply a window sheet here. This is like acetate. It's a heavier duty than the plastic used for a full panel card. Then we need some foam strips to create a reservoir for our shaker elements. So make sure that the ends of the foam tape touch each other. That way there's no little gaps for the shaker elements to fall out of. Next, I'm using an anti-static powder to reduce the static inside my shaker, and if there's any sticky on the edge of the foam tape, it's going to reduce that as well. I use some puffy cloud sequin-like elements in here and a bit of glitter. I put a little too much, and not only did I put a little too much glitter, I put it on the wrong side. All of that stuff should have been on the mailbox side of this card. Yeah, now I could have sandwiched it in with another piece of window sheet, which I often do, but the window sheets I have right now, they seem to be a little bit grayish, so when I double them up, it doesn't seem crystal clear like it should. So I just dumped it over on the other side. I made a bit of a glitter mess. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but it kind of goes with card making, right? There is no stress in card making. We can fix it. It's just paper, and we do this because it's fun, right? So I fixed the shaker. No one will ever know. Swiffer to the rescue for all the glitter that was all over my desk as a result of that. And then I'm just going to glue this down onto a 4-bar size card, which is a 5x7 piece of paper scored at 3.5. Very easy. It's also called an RSVP card. If you want to learn more about these cards, I have a whole video about 4-bar cards, and I will have that linked for you at the end of this video so you can watch that one next. Okay, now I'm adding the Peachy Keen Jelly Hearts. These are really cool because they have some that are like more clear and some that are more cloudy with that peach color. Perfect for this card. So I did that to embellish the front and finish off this traditional style shaker card. And I would say, reflecting back on this video, that probably the edge to edge shaker was easier today But you know, that was mostly operator error. So I love both style of shaker cards. I think they're just really super fun, and it's definitely one of my favorite cards to make. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you'll give your hand at an edge-to-edge shaker if you haven't made that before, or a traditional style shaker card as well. I thank you so much for stopping by and letting me share my creations with you. It's my favorite thing to do. I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!